ahead. You guys play a Washington team that's already been eliminated from contention. You'll be at home. How do you make sure you still keep the right mentality and don't kind of overlook this game given the situation they're in?
Yeah, the reality of them as an opponent, it has to do that. That's the reality of what their threats are have to keep us focused and what our objectives are, what we're trying to achieve this year. It's a home game, and we go out to dominate and be great with and without the ball, home and away. But at home, it's even more important. And the reality of the opposition is Washington have the front line that we've got to deal with from them. Pugh, Benini, Ortega's making a way back, and Shane and Williams. The athletic ability and technical ability of some of those players, it's the toughest in the league. We didn't have to deal with that over the weekend. We were dealing with a really good team, but we didn't deal with individuals like I just said from Washington. They caused us big problems at their place. It was tight and close here at home when we played them, and we got there in the end. This is going to be a very important game for us and a very tough game because of those individuals, and I've been there before. I've been in that situation. You scrap, you fight, you want to get every point. We've got players that want to be there next year and fighting for contracts. You know, they play Wednesday before they come out here, and anyone who comes into this place, they want to give a good account of themselves. So I think that reality keeps us focused on our objective.
How much confidence is in the group right now, given that I think it's 6 of the last 7 you guys have been able to win?
Our confidence comes from how hard we're willing to work, how much effort we're going to give, and how much fight we're going to play, train and compete with. And right now we're doing those things, so there's confidence. And of course it's confidence from when you win games, but I don't believe that that's where, like, for us we won games at the beginning of the season, but we weren't doing things we know the way we should. And there wasn't the same confidence. Now the confidence is coming from we're working really hard, we're fighting really hard. Even Nadia Nadeem is running her backside off out there as she just walks past. We are grinding together and supporting and fighting and working together and for each other. There's one of the things Mana talked about today. She came in and we said goodbyes, and it's a bit emotional, and she said the last message she wanted to leave us with before she'll come back and see us later and cheer for us later is, 1, go and win a championship, and 2, the key way of doing that is keep working for each other, be there for each other, keep connecting with each other. That's what we're doing right now. We're getting confidence from watching each other really work hard.
And then you said that everyone was, healthy and available, and you'd be making some tough lineup choices. Obviously, in Seattle, Ali was again on the bench. Last year, that midfield, those 3 in the midfield was a big thing for you. Are you looking towards maybe having just Lindsay and Amandine in there as something that's working a little bit better? Or can you talk about that decision?
Well, I think the competition is all over the field, and I thought Ali came on and she could have come on for anyone. She's going to come on and lift it. Amandine and Lindsay were outstanding. Sinky had one of her most dominant beast mode performances, and also she was one of our key distributors in getting balls into areas behind the opposition and into areas where we could create. So we got 4 plus Dagny, even plus Celeste who plays midfield. We got a lot of options to be able to play, and right now we're going game by game, and it's tough. It's really tough, and what we've got is this committed group, really passionate about being all in for the team, and whatever their role is, giving everything they can. And I don't like it. I'm sure they don't like it, because we'd love to have every single player out there all the time. It's one of the big challenges we've got in this going into this phase. It's not all sunshine and roses. It's a real challenge, and right now it's had a big influence on the competitiveness of training and the competitiveness when we play and compete. I think it's showing. And we were walking into games at the beginning of the year with 2 healthy subs, 3 healthy subs, and we found a way. We just about found a way in some of those games, and now it's come back round, and it's some good choices each week. The professionalism of the group has stayed strong, and and we got to continue on that path this Saturday against Washington.
But is that, in terms of just the midfield triangle, last year was the midfield triangle between those three was a big piece of your lineup. Is it the formation and the system that you're using now kind of something that is moving away from that, where really only it's effective with two, or is that still a question?
Well, I think we've been playing with three. I think the difference is when Sink dropped into the 10, and of course it's fluid and there's times where she's high, but her in the 10 has given us another option, and that wasn't an option last year, and I didn't look at that option. It wasn't an option earlier on this year, and we've got every player competing and playing well. I think there's two shapes we've been playing over the last specifically 7 games. There's been two shapes, and sometimes we've changed it during the game between those two shapes, and us keeping that flexibility, us having the chance to go into a game with one or the other shapes, or finish the game in another shape. For us, it's where can we gain as much advantage, as much territory, put the other teams under pressure, be hard to break down which shape at that moment. And sometimes it is about what the opposition are doing, sometimes it's about the flow of the game and the energy that's in the game and where we're at and where our momentum's at. So yeah, two shapes, two formations, but with Sinky dropping in, it's given another option to look at.
You talked about most of the roster finally being healthy for the first time. Where is Meg Morris at right now?
She's still returning to play, and the approach we took a few months back was this has been a long journey for her, and she's progressed so much, and she's training full today. The way that the medical team are taking care of her and keeping an eye on where she's at, she's got things that need to continue to improve. The way that her body is continually moving forward and recovering and making sure her hips, her back are aligning. It's still not as good as it could be, and there's still work to be done by both her and the medical team. So she's making progress, but not quite there at the moment.